Beetle. That's gangster. Michael Walker to Paul McCartney. You're gonna sell the Beatles, how much you sell them for? Oh, I don't know, about 60 million.
Gervonta Davis may have decided to continue his journey without Calvin Ford in the team, but that doesn't mean he doesn't get any support. In a recent reaction to the news, Adrien Broner was quite reassuring that this situation would not cause any bad blood between him and Tank.
At what moment in time did you know Tank was a special fighter as a kid? Like, what was that one moment? Was it that Russian kid? That moment? Or?
No, I mean, he beat me to the gym.
Huh? Oh,
beat me to the gym.
Really? So you show up at like what, 6 a.m., 7 a.m., and what, he'd be there?
No, he was just always there. And then when he did his training, he still was there with me.
Yeah.
So that's.
In his own words, Adrien Broner reacted to the news concluding, "At the end of the day, Tank is still my guy." According to him, Tank's relationship with Ford is still as strong as ever, and having been family all these years, they're still going to work on stuff together. Ford has been there for Gervonta from the start, guiding him through the sport's highs and lows. For many fans, Calvin Ford isn't just a trainer, he's a part of Tank's family. Ford's dedication to Davis goes beyond the typical trainer role. He's taught him about life, survival, and keeping focused amid a whirlwind of fame and success. Ford has often referred to Davis as "my son," and Davis himself has shared in the past how Ford's support was crucial for him to become the fighter he is today. This partnership has brought them countless victories, championship titles, and unforgettable nights in the ring. And now, with Tank letting go of Ford, people can't help but wonder if Davis will find the same level of loyalty and wisdom elsewhere.
If the belts don't matter, what's the goal for you and Tank?
Money. At the end of the day, who's going to put on the biggest fight at the end of the day?
On the other side, Adrien Broner, who has always been close to Tank, might just be the emotional support he needs at this moment. Broner was visibly moved when Davis mentioned him recently in a press conference. It's no secret that Broner and Davis share a deep bond. At a recent conference, Davis spoke highly of Broner, recalling how Broner was the first to mention him to Al Heyman, a powerhouse name in boxing promotion. "I learned a lot from AB," Davis said, smiling. "AB was the first person to ever mention me to Al Heyman. I'll always respect AB as a big brother." This gesture touched Broner, who has since said they're locked in for life, showing just how strong their bond remains.
Tank was the first one in the gym, the last one out the gym. Tank used to sit on the ring like this and watch me train him.
How old is he at this point?
He was like 7, 8.
Okay.
A lot of stuff that I was giving my son.
Davis went on to share how Broner played a big role in his early career, even before he was well known. Broner took Davis under his wing, showing him the ropes and giving him advice that would shape him into the athlete he is today. "He actually did a lot for me, like coming up with type shit," Davis said. "Having me around, telling me what to do, what not to do, and I learned a lot, like lessons and things like that." This glimpse into their friendship resonated deeply with fans who love seeing the genuine respect and love between the two.
Calvin, he been with me since I was 7. I used to sleep in Coach Calvin's house. I used to sleep at his job when he was working at a seafood restaurant in Baltimore.
When I had to train Tank, when I didn't want him to get in trouble and I wanted to make sure we was together, I used to take him to work with me. And he'd chill. Everybody know him. Everybody know him at work.
For Broner, hearing this from Davis was meaningful, especially since he's often been cast as the bad boy of boxing. Fans quickly came to Broner's defense, pointing out that he's done so much for young fighters over the years. One named Callum Carty said it best, "So many AB took under his wing, 4-time champ, bro doesn't get the respect he deserves." In a sport where success can often seem isolating, Broner has always been known to lift up others, especially those who look up to him. And for fans, seeing Broner and Davis openly support each other, especially when so many boxers prefer to stay quiet, is refreshing. Broner's reaction to Tank's split from Ford is no surprise to those who've followed their friendship. It's almost as if Broner can sense that Davis will need him now more than ever.
When I talk to him, I'm not talking to little Tank anymore. I'm talking to the grown man Tank. For being with him for so many years.
As Davis prepares for his December showdown with Lamont Roach, this rift with Ford is bound to weigh heavy on his mind. Yet, if there's one person who can remind Tank of his strength and purpose, it's Broner. The reactions from fans have been divided. Some are heartbroken over the split, noting that Davis and Ford seemed inseparable. Others are hopeful, saying that Davis is ready for a new phase in his career and needs to step out of Ford's shadow. Either way, it's hard to ignore the impact Ford has had on Davis's life. Fans like Architect 7 are quick to say, I really like this kid a lot, and salute to AB on throwing the rope back, man. They've demonized that man. Statements like this show that fans feel Broner has done more for fighters than he's often credited for, and they're grateful for his role in Davis's life now that Ford is out of the picture.
They did a great job. And I saw you were talking to Calvin between rounds. You were looking for someone. Who are you looking for?
Matter of fact, before they stopped it, I said every time I stopped somebody, I called it out, didn't I?
Calvin Ford has opened up about his departure from Tank's team and the solid support system Davis still has. Ford, while stepping back from his role with Davis, shared how relieved he feels knowing Tank won't be alone in his journey forward. He'll have Kenny Ellis, another loyal trainer, in his corner, and perhaps more importantly, he'll have Adrien Broner. Ford sees the bond between Broner and Tank as a brotherhood, one that has grown stronger with time, with both men relying on each other's wisdom and experience.
All right, y'all looking good in there. Give me some feeling. I need a little bit more feeling there. It don't look real enough, coach. Gotta make it look a little bit more real. Okay.
In a recent interview, Ford spoke on the special friendship Tank and Broner have, describing it as something like a family thing. Ford has known Broner almost as long as he's known Tank, and he's seen how Broner, who is 4 years older, became a guiding light in Davis's life when he was just breaking into the pro boxing world. It's like Tank giving back to his old G, and Broner giving back to him. It's like the roles have changed now, Ford explained with a smile. For Ford, this bond isn't just about boxing. It's about life and growth, about Tank having someone who knows him outside the glitz of the ring.
It's like Tank giving back to his OG. You know what I'm saying? And Broner giving back to him. So the roles change now. You know what I'm saying? The roles change. It's like Tank's the big brother, Broner the little brother. But
when Ford first began coaching Davis, the goal was to build him into a champion, someone who could make a mark in the sport. And in the early days, it was Broner who stepped in to help. Adrien Broner took a liking to Tank's raw talent and charisma, introducing him to big names including Floyd Mayweather. For Davis, who grew up in challenging circumstances, having someone like Broner there to open doors and offer advice was a big deal. Ford believes this connection made Tank feel like he wasn't alone in the brutal boxing world. Broner, he gave him a chance. He opened doors for him, Ford shared, and Tank respects him for that. Ford's relationship with Davis has always been more than just coach and fighter. It's been a mentor-student bond, a friendship, and almost like family. So, with Ford stepping down, fans have wondered how Davis would manage without his longtime coach by his side.
Big change.
But Ford remains optimistic. He knows Broner will be there for Tank, and that gives him a sense of peace. Tank has AB and Kenny Ellis, and I know they'll look out for him, Ford said. I ain't worried because they understand him, and he trusts them. That's all I need. This bond between Broner and Davis has become even more critical as Tank prepares to fight Frank Martin. Frank Martin, known for his confidence and skill, was expected to bring the heat to the ring, and Ford knew that kind of challenge would push Davis to the limit. Reflecting on Martin's remarks about wanting to stop Tank, Ford didn't hold back. He's supposed to say that, Ford admitted, almost laughing. Y'all heard my interview. I want Frank to do what he's supposed to do because I know it's going to make my guy do what he's supposed to do.
Frank was on stage, he said, I'm going to beat Tank's ass. What's your response to that?
a lot of them said that. A lot of them said that, and I want him to have that attitude because, again, I know what's under the hood with him. He's Ford built tough.
For Ford, Davis's bond with Broner isn't just about support. It's also about learning. Broner, who has had his share of ups and downs in his career, has shown Davis the ropes. Ford noted how Broner helped Davis navigate some of the challenges that come with fame and the pressures of being a champion. AB's been there. He knows what it's like, Ford pointed out. He made mistakes, but he learned from them. And that's what he passes on to Tank.
Roger never got trainer of the year when Floyd was fighter of the year. His dad never got trainer of the year. So, I've been openly expressing that. And I think it's time that Calvin gets.
Broner's presence has proven essential, especially as Ford knows that boxing is as much mental as it is physical. With Broner around, Davis has a role model who can guide him through the complexities of fame and the spotlight. You gotta remember, Ford added, Tank ain't just fighting in the ring, he's fighting in life too, and AB, he gets that. He knows what it's like to carry that weight. It's clear Ford feels good knowing that Davis has someone who truly understands him. Leading up to the fight with Martin, Ford was sure that Broner's support would help keep Davis grounded. AB been there watching Tank's back, reminding him why he started in the first place, Ford said. In Ford's view, Broner and Davis's relationship is now at a point where they're almost equals, pushing each other to be better both in and out of the ring. And with Ford stepping aside, he knows Tank can turn to Broner for guidance and reassurance, knowing he's got a big brother who's seen it all and isn't afraid to tell him what he needs to hear.
Great spirit. If I could show y'all the intimate texts that he give me, you know, it's like I'm being Mike right there too. You know what I'm saying? And it's a good feeling. It's a good feeling. And AB is in a great space, y'all. You know, and he looked like the old AB. The crowd came out. That means he have love. They love AB.
The fight with Frank Martin wasn't just about Tank's skills, it was a mental game too. Martin came into the fight with bold statements claiming he'd stop Davis. Ford, though, saw it as the perfect setup. Martin's that guy, y'all know that, Ford said. Even Shakur ain't want to fight him, there's a reason for that. He gave Martin credit where it was due, saying that Martin's confidence wasn't just talk, he's proven himself to be a real contender. But Ford also saw this as a chance for Tank to rise to the occasion, to show what he's made of. As Ford steps away, it's clear he's confident in the team Davis still has. Kenny Ellis, Tank's other longtime trainer, is staying on, and Ford has full faith in him to keep Davis focused. Kenny's there, and he knows Tank like I do, Ford said. He's seen him grow, knows his strengths, knows how to keep him on track. Together with Broner, Ford believes that this support system will ensure Davis can keep his eye on the prize, even with Ford no longer in the corner.
I'll go back on something that Floyd said, man, on national TV. Is Gervonta is the face of boxing. He said, absolutely right. That's it, y'all. You can't write this, man. Can't write this. We got the two of the best.
For Ford, this is a bittersweet moment. He's proud of what he and Tank have achieved together, and he's excited to see where Davis goes from here. But he also feels a sense of comfort in knowing that Davis has Broner and Ellis. Look, I'm stepping back, but I ain't disappearing. I'll still be watching, but I know AB and Kenny got him, and that's all I need.
What's your best Tank story?
My best Tank story. Oh, when we used to go on the Nationals, he used to get in their room and pour water. He still do that too. Pour water on them and run out the room while they sleep. I take all the kids to the Nationals. And he used to get in your room. And while you sleep, he'll come in and pour water on you and run out the room. Like, yo, how you get?
Ford and Broner go way back, as does Tank. When Tank was just a prospect, it was Broner who would often bring him around and introduce him to the boxing community. Broner was already a major name in the sport at that time, and he took it upon himself to help young fighters like Davis by showing them the ropes. According to Ford, it's moments like these that laid the foundation for the strong connection they all share today. Broner played a big role in Tank's early development, not only by being there for him, but also by helping to connect him with some of the sport's biggest figures, including Floyd Mayweather.
You have nothing to be ashamed about, man. You put in that work, man. Man, you came in the camp, and you came to, and you just gave yourself to us. Man, I can't believe the transition that you went through. Man, you came through, man, and really worked, man, in this show, man. Everybody don't understand, yo, when you got hit.
Now, in an interesting twist, Ford has taken on the role of Broner's trainer as well. After years of watching Broner from a distance and knowing his ups and downs in the ring, Ford sees his current training sessions with Broner as a blessing, as if fate had a hand in bringing them together. If everybody knew the story of how we came together, Ford explained, they don't get it. It was meant to be this way. For Ford, it's a full circle moment, a chance to help someone who once helped Tank and gave him opportunities.
Entry to him and make him open up here, to make him work. When you get close, he can't fucking fight in the inside. Trust me. How long you been trusting me? Get close to him and just keep poking. When I say penitentiary, put that knife in him. Put him in him. All right, put him together. Yeah, go to the body. Remember, protect the wild.
Adrien Broner, now 34 years old, is in a critical stage of his career. His last world-level win was in 2017 against Adrian Granados, and since then, he has faced several losses and setbacks. Fans have seen Broner struggle, especially in his bouts with big names like Mikey Garcia and Manny Pacquiao, where he came up short. He also drew with Jesse Vargas, and his recent unanimous decision win over Giovanni Santiago in 2021 wasn't the most impressive, Despite these challenges, Broner's resilience shines through, and Ford believes there's still a lot left in him. He ain't going nowhere, Ford said, a note of pride and optimism in his voice. Around this time, Broner was preparing for his fight with Blair Cobbs. This was a much bigger fight for Broner. It wasn't just about the physical battle, but also about proving himself as a contender once again.
Like right now, me and Tank, it's weird because he loved me to death. He know I love him to death. But we don't talk every day how we used to. Nigga, it used to be a time where you ain't see me without Tank, or you ain't see Tank without me. But what happened was, he just like, damn, bro. I feel like he look up to me so much. It's like, I let him down. Cause he's somebody that really know like what I can do and how good I am. And it's like, he feel like, man, you tripping.
Cobbs, at the same age as Broner, had been a relatively solid fighter, though he hadn't reached the heights Broner once did. And Ford believed that this fight with Cobbs was more than just a match. It was a chance for Broner to re-establish himself and showcase the grit that defined his early career. For Ford, this camp is something special, not just because of the work he's doing with Broner, but also because it feels like a reunion of sorts. Broner's original coach, Mike Stafford, was the one who first took him under his wing and helped shape him as a fighter. Ford recognizes Stafford's role in Broner's life and sees his own work with Broner as honoring that legacy. This is a blessing to my man, Mike, Ford said, recalling Stafford's impact on Broner's career. Look who is standing in front of me, he added, as if to say that this moment was years in the making. Broner, too, seems to be in a good space, which Ford sees as crucial for his success in the ring. Ford recently recounted a funny story where Davis, now a seasoned champion, was coaching one of his friends against Broner during a sparring session at the gym. For Ford, moments like these highlight the family-like atmosphere in the gym and the bond they share. It was fun and exciting, Ford said. Look at him smiling, so I know he is in a good space. That smile, Ford believes, reflects a Broner who is motivated and ready to give his all once again. Ford has a way of bringing out the best in his fighters. His focus isn't just on physical training, it's on building relationships and understanding what makes each fighter tick. With Broner, it's no different. Ford recognizes that Broner's journey has been filled with ups and downs, and he wants to make sure Broner is mentally prepared to handle whatever comes his way. This mental preparation is particularly important given Broner's past struggles, both in and out of the ring. Ford knows that Broner needs to feel supported and motivated, and he's doing everything he can to provide that. Broner has also had to make some big changes to get to this point. For a long time, he trained under Kevin Cunningham, but for this camp, he's joined forces with Ford in Las Vegas. This new setup allows Broner to focus on his training without distractions, and Ford believes that the change is already paying off. Broner has been putting in the work, showing a level of dedication that Ford finds encouraging. Ford sees Broner's commitment as a sign that he's ready to make a serious comeback, and he's excited to see what Broner can achieve under his guidance. Ford is confident that this time, things will be different for Broner. He's seen Broner go through tough times and face criticism, but he's also seen the spark that made Broner a champion in the first place. When that night gets here, I can't wait for him to put on that fantastic artwork, Ford said, hinting at the potential he believes Broner still holds. Ford is convinced that Broner has what it takes to succeed, and he's determined to help him get back to the top.
What about the bond that you have with your head trainer, Calvin Ford? You guys have been together since the beginning, and talk about a winning combination between you two.
Just it's family, it's loyalty. I looked at my trainers as like they like dads. You know what I mean? They've been in my corner since I was 8 years old.
For Ford, working with Broner is a full circle moment, a chance to give back to someone who played a role in Tank's career. He's grateful for the opportunity and is committed to helping Broner make the most of it. He ain't going nowhere, Ford said, his voice filled with pride. He sees this as just the beginning of a new chapter, one where Broner, with the right guidance and support, can once again rise to the top of the boxing world. Well, how do you see things here? Share your thoughts below, and don't forget to like and subscribe for more updates. See you in the next one.